We're not doctors. We gotta get out of this place immediately, if not sooner.
What are these two guys up to?
Am I interrupting?
No, not at all. He was just on his way out.
Coming to you from a basement studio somewhere down under. It's the 80s Show with Australia's Retro Man. On tonight's show, Retro Man discusses the breakup of one of our favourite 80s couples, comedian Dan Aykroyd and beauty queen Donna Dixon. Well, what are we waiting for? Lights, camera, Retro Man! G'day viewers, Retro Man here, and welcome to the 80s Show. Now, news just out of Hollywood is that longtime couple Dan Aykroyd and Donna Dixon have decided to separate after 39 years of marriage. Now, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, Dan Aykroyd, the comedian, who is most famous for things like Blues Brothers with John Belushi, and he was in the ensemble cast of Ghostbusters. Dan is a very talented man. He was also in Saturday Night Live comedian. Now, Aykroyd's wife is the blonde Donna Dixon, the beauty queen who won a lot of pageants in the 1970s, I think Miss Virginia, Miss Washington DC and so forth. Now, the two of them got together on the set of a movie way back in 1983 called Dr. Detroit. I have that movie right here. It's quite an amusing comedy. In this one, Dan Aykroyd plays a professor who moonlights as a pimp for a harem of call girls, one of which is played by Donna Dixon. That's her there on the cover. So they met on that set, and shortly after they were married. And in the same year, I believe, the two of them appeared in the movie The Twilight Zone, although they never shared a scene together. Shortly after that, they appeared again in this film, Spies Like Us, which was a vehicle for Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd. And Donna played a doctor in that film.
Don't you worry. I'll be with you.
Give me a break.
About an hour?
Fine, an hour.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And it was a nice little role, and I think the two of them, whenever they've appeared on screen together, have shared a nice chemistry. And another film that they were in was called The Couch Trip. That's right. It was a psychiatrist comedy that co-starred Walter Matthau with Dan Aykroyd. And Dixon played a nice little role in that.
A movie that will teach you things you never knew about the opposite sex. Dan Aykroyd.
But I don't want to escape with you. I hate you.
Donna Dixon. The Couch Trip.
So yeah, that's come as a bit of a surprise. Dan Aykroyd and Donna Dixon calling it quits. But as I understand it, they will be maintaining a loving friendship. And the two share 4 daughters. And one of those is actually quite a famous singer, I believe. Maybe check her out online. So that's it. A little bit of sad news, I suppose you could say, from Hollywood today. And it's definitely 80s news because this couple was born in the 80s. And it's sad to see this one fall apart. But I'm sure they'll remain friends. And I wish the both of them all the best for the future. So that's it for today's episode of The 80s Show. Have you seen Dr. Detroit? Have you seen Spies Like Us? Do you remember watching Aykroyd and Donna Dixon on screen? I certainly do. And thanks for watching the show, guys. It's been a pleasure. This is Retro Man, living the dream, 80s style. Stay gold. Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang and tougher than Dr. Detroit. Now that's tough. So, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and make the 80s Show your destination on YouTube. Good night, viewers.